I should probably remember how to do this. We're using the wrong background right now.
The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the season finale of the Corner Booth podcast, season 10, arguably our best season ever, not only views-wise, but also guest-wise, content-wise. We finally figured out how to go live on Instagram. It's been a good time. So that being said, we're missing a member of the crew tonight. Mr. Matt is down for the count. My man's fighting the good fight, dealing with some pet possibilities. So we'll leave him at that. Him and B are kind of in the weeds today. So me and Chrissy are going to not only read off Matt's comments from the show, we are also going to talk about some shit we got coming up during the offseason, what's next for the Corner Booth. But that's the end of the show. The beginning of the show, we're talking about, Chris, I guess something happened last night. I don't know. I was kind of like not paying attention. I guess something big happened last night.
Do tell. There was an event that came on. I can't put my finger on it, though.
Oh, yeah. It was that show Tracker on CBS.
Oh, shit, dude. I just saw that. That actually just came on my TV.
I heard it was incredible. No, listen, let's be honest. We all know what happened last night. It was the Swifty Bowl. Congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs, first back-to-back champions since the 03 and 04 Patriots. Ironically, both of those killed a Super Bowl for my team. Our team, actually. We're both Eagles fans tonight, so funny enough as it is. But you know what? Listen, man, Chris, I'm going to open up with this an abstract question, right? Or no, open question. Your first initial thoughts on the Super Bowl. You basically have to tell, you get home, so nobody watched the game yet, and they're going to watch it later, but you got to give like a brief synopsis, like a sentence. What was your initial reaction to that game last night?
Exactly how I thought it was going to end.
Anything else? Like, no. I think that was like too perfect. You're just like, exactly how I thought I was going to go. Next. Wait, shit. No, that I need you to talk more.
Okay. So I knew at some point during the game, and I'm not gonna guarantee it, but it's just like, I'll dive into the game a little bit. But Brock Purdy looked very skittish. He was making throws, but he was just going down, just falling right down. He looked like, remember when Eli Manning used to just fall down?
When he just had like a derpy like face when he would get like knocked out.
That's exactly what Brock looked like yesterday. It was just like, he was just like so scared and so timid. It was just like the 49ers just did not look alive. Outside of like that CMC touchdown, it was just like, it was just so weird. Even like everything about that game was weird. I mean, the hype got the hype. You got the 45 seconds worth of screen time. Whoever calculated that, you got nothing going on in your life. You got 40. You figured out there's 45 seconds worth of screen time of Taylor Swift. But dude, it was such a Kyle Shanahan blown game, and it was just like, oh my god, dude.
That was the funniest shit I've ever seen. And you know what the weirdest thing about all of this was? Is that I really tried to not like rip on like I said this on the Super Bowl show, as you so eloquently commented on Saturday, that either way, us as Eagles fans, we're going to have somebody lose that we don't like. And as petty as that fucking sounds, it's the truth. It is nothing but the truth that the Buccaneers lose, and we get with it. I mean, not Buccaneers, Jesus. The 49ers lose. We get this scenario where the Niners, for all the shit they talked all year, arguably had a more dominant team than we did last year, and got like literally just, and they lost. And you could even blame like a coach trying to choke it away like we did with Jonathan Gannon. Like they were actually trying. That also being said, you throw in the obvious and somewhat hilarious fact that Brock Purdy on 3rd down was, I believe, 4 of 12. That's awful.
Yeah.
That's like Mason Rudolph last year numbers. Like, I'm trying to quantify that
You
to,
want
like,
to?
let everyone know, like,
I
hey.
got a stat. I think you'll like a lot. And this is how I know the 49ers were so bad yesterday. Between Debo, Kittle, and Ayuk, 8 catches for 86 yards.
Jesus
5
Christ.
years ago, 6 years ago, Eagles Patriots Super Bowl. 9 catches, 84 yards, just for one person. Do you know who that person is?
What was it? 12 catches for
9 catches for 84 yards. This is 2 yards short of Debo, Kittle, and Ayuk's combined.
LJ Smith?
Nelson Aguilar.
Oh, 17. I thought you were talking about 04.
No, I meant 5, 6 years ago. Like the Eagles, Eagles, Pats. Nelson Aguilar, 2 less yards than 3 top targets for a top 5 NFL offense. I mean, the 49ers just looked dead. Debo went to the locker room. Kittle went to the locker room at one point. I mean, Greenlaw, oh my God, Greenlaw tore his knee jogging onto the field. I mean, dude, like, I just never seen a crash and burn. Was it Greenlaw? Greenlaw, right?
Yeah, it was Greenlaw.
Greenlaw.
And
Yeah,
I just realized we never went live on Instagram.
Oh shit.
It's okay. I rectified it. It's only our second time going live on Instagram, so we have to like honestly realize like, hey, this is a process. We're getting better at it. But
Yeah, no, it's okay.
oh, so continue about Greenlaw. Like,
I was gonna say, like, he was just jogging on the field and just tore his knee. I'm like, dude, just everything about San Francisco, the vibe was just so off. Even though they were putting up points, it wasn't crazy amount of points, but it just everything was just off. I mean, Shanahan had a good couple play calls, but stunk. The defense, the game, I didn't like the game a lot. It was just like it was punt, 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 muff, punt, muff, punt, muff, punt, fumble, fumble, interception. Like it was sloppy. The game was sloppy. It sucked for me betting on it because I there were so many people on the FanDuel server at one point that you couldn't even withdraw money.
yeah.
It's crazy.
This is why I don't use ScanDuel. I only
Yeah,
use DraftKings.
it was.
Official
I got
sponsor of
scammed
Belly Sports.
hard.
Yeah, no, but like it was so funny because there was a couple times like I tried to pull off, and also I swear they do that shit on purpose with FanDuel because they do that Gronk kick every year, and it's just like,
I forgot about that too until I
yeah,
saw
like I was like, do I log back in and reauthenticate my reauthenticate my account? Like I was really thinking about this. I'm like, do I want to do this now? Like just for a shot at a free $1 bet? Like,
some of the commercials were, they weren't really that good, but I saw one. It was just like a dude just rubbing on some feet, and it was just like, oh, Jesus loves you.
it was for like the whole like Jesus and like
Yeah,
the
I just didn't
Christian
expect
like
that during
values
this.
thing.
That was such a bad time to throw that up there too. It
Yeah.
was just like,
I've
oh
seen worse, a la Kendall Jenner Pepsi commercial.
yeah, my favorite's probably Danny DeVito and that M&M's
Yeah.
little bit where he just gets like thrown.
I think NFL Sunday Ticket had the best one with the migrating birds.
Yeah,
That was absolutely excellent. I was like, oh, this is quite funny. I'm enjoying this right now.
What the dunk things with like it was like Tom Brady, Ben Affleck, and Matt
Oh my
Damon.
god, that thing, I was just laughing because of the ridiculous tracksuits. I could give 2 shits about the actual content of that commercial.
Oh my god, dude, the Dunk Kings. What an ad. I don't know. I just past couple years with end up like Super Bowl commercials. I feel like just haven't been really that hyped. They used to be amazing.
Yeah, no, it's what I'm loving is that it was, I thought the commercial was gonna be so much worse. They played it so safe, regardless of which way you lean. Like it could have been safe if you're conservative, left leaning, sports fan, Swifty, whatever. They played it so far in the middle that there was only like a couple of commercials. So I was able to go outside and smoke a cigar with my boys. I didn't miss shit.
Yeah, Well, I saw, also thought something else was funny was, like, not to be, like, political or whatever, but I just saw Joe Biden tweet just, like, a picture of, like, him with, like, laser eyes right after
Yeah,
the game, just
I
like he drew it up, and it's like, "What the fuck?"
I could care less. I'm just like,
What a
whatever.
tweet what a tweet, though, right after like, the game just ends, and then, like, he had you know what? He had this tweet, like, typed for, like, this whole second half, and he's like, "Oh my god, I cannot wait to tweet this." Then it goes to overtime, and he has to wait a little bit longer. You know, older people like to get to bed early. Like,
Yeah.
he probably like, "Oh, shit, like, I gotta stay up past 9:30 to tweet this."
Oh, I know. And I think the worst part about about that part, like the like this is also the best and but worst part is like there's nothing memorable except like even the even the movie trailers were just teasers.
They were 2 seconds, and I'm just like, I was promised
Mm.
I remember, I think they tweeted it out Sunday. It was like, "Yeah, we're supposed to get, like, 9 or 10 different trailers." I'm like, "Oh,
We got
sick."
4 and they're all teasers. But I mean
Yeah,
like
I got people text me, "Did you see this trailer yet?" I'm like, "You mean the teaser?"
well they said, "Oh, available online now." It's like, "Great."
I had to
Well,
go to
I
Twitter
also
to just
understand why
respond
they
to it.
do it because you get the added view to the website or to the YouTube video. So you're making money regardless. So you're making your money back for a TV spot. It's also cheaper. It's all about economics because now Super Bowl ads are what 3,000, like $500,000 to $1 million for that like 30 seconds. I
I don't
understand
know.
why they do it.
Dude, I would kill for a belly up ad in the
Like a
Super Bowl.
free one for 30 seconds. And it's just like
Yeah.
we just gotta act like absolute assholes.
Yeah, it was just like, "Alright, we're just screaming at each other about football picks." And then, like, the camera just pans to, like, someone belly up sports, and then
Yeah,
it's
right.
just we have a little slogan on the bottom.
That shit's just too funny to me. But either way, talk about the game a little bit. So I said this morning. Like you can't actually say that. Like last year, like the with the Bradbury call, like there was actual like oh this shit's rigged, whatever, right? Not this time. This was actually like a very everything kind of happened on point, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like look at okay, the Niners just fail. Okay, there was 3 points I made. I wrote down like 4 points last night. So let's start with this one, right? I said the Niners got to stop playing with their food. My reasoning was if the Niners did not, they got up 10-0 and then didn't do shit until the fourth quarter or late third, early fourth, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like until the back third of the game didn't do shit. And then you add that with, hey, I'm like not, I'm looking to see like, hey, what's going on? Like, are they going to get actually like do like less conservative, like more on time play calling, right? But instead, no, everything's very conservative. They're bending the run. And I go back to what I said on the Super Bowl show on Saturday, where teams are so concerned, and I call this the Brady Belichick Patriots effect. They're so concerned with, hey, I have to make sure I stay on whatever they're doing instead of sticking to our game plan. A la the Ravens, who like forgot to run the football. You have the Dolphins who stopped running the ball, and then you have the Bills who had like the most unbalanced, uneven game plan of all time. So when you're so concerned about what the other team is doing, how are you going to do what you're going to do? And in this case, the Niners just weren't being aggressive. Yes, the Chiefs defense played incredible, but there was no ability for creative play calling. Everything was just very like, oh, I guess this isn't going to work. Oh, we're going to punt again. There was no risk taking. You never are going to beat a team like Mahomes, a team with Brady, or a team with Manning, with Rodgers, with any of these like all-time quarterbacks if you don't get aggressive and take a shot. What did Philadelphia do in 2018? They got
Aggressive.
aggressive. They took a shot, right? What did the Giants do? They got aggressive and took a shot twice, right? That's how you beat Bill and Tom in the playoffs. That's how you beat and what did the Buccaneers do? The Buccaneers just absolutely bum rushed Patrick Mahomes and got aggressive when they beat Mahomes, right? What did the Bengals do? Same fucking thing. The only way you'll beat this team is if you get aggressive and you get after them and you understand you take the fight to them. The second you make them fight you on their terms, you're done. So that was the second one. The third one was holy fuck, they're kicking a field goal, they're screwed. My reason was at some point they're going to have to give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes. Would you rather them have a 7-point lead or a 3-point lead? And the second they missed that third down and I saw Jake Moody come out, I'm like, well, Chiefs, Super Bowl champs. There was a couple seconds where I thought, maybe the 49ers would like get back and like get a sack and make a stop, right? And it just seems like every time they just were able to just get just enough, just move quick enough, right? So now I'm sitting there, and then I said, they're moving the ball too fast. The Niners look shot. That was my last point. Mahomes, when he needed, I make this shit whistle. Mahomes, when he needed to get something done, when he needs to make a stop and get after him, he did. And at the end of the day, they're the Super Bowl champs. He's a top 3 all-time quarterback, top 5, top 10, whatever. He's in top something, right? He's there. Fastest quarterback to make the top 10 list of all time, right? He retires today. He's a Hall of Famer.
How old is Patrick Mahomes? He's got to be 20.
He's literally 18 days older than me or whatever it is.
28. He's going to be 29 in September.
Oh, no. So I am a little older than him. I'm like 6 months older than him.
That's just so crazy. I mean, we're literally watching what New England did for 20 years, and they just flipped over and said, hey, here's the keys, Kansas City. This is the winning formula, and then we're going to get 20 years of Patrick Mahomes. So we are getting 2 dynasties.
Here's the beautiful thing, though. This is my one point I want to make before we move on from that. And then we'll start. We'll go back to dynasty in a second. What do you make of my points? What did you think about? Was I close? Was I kind of on the ball there?
I really like the point where you're like, if you want to beat this team, like you got to be aggressive. I mean, you said it yourself. I mean, the Bucks rushed the house on this dude. I mean, San Francisco did get some guys on them, but there was a point in the game where it was like he was just untouchable. I mean, every play call, he was rushes for 10, 15 yards. He's running a, I don't know if it's not really a screen. The screens didn't really work as well, but the play calls were just, it was so smart. It was just like a lot of every little ticky-tacky move that Mahomes made from the end of the third quarter on to overtime was just flawless. It was just great. And they lost their footing. And the funniest thing I found out about that game was I think Kyle Shanahan was like, yeah, our team didn't really know the overtime rules in a playoff situation.
I didn't even bring that up yet. Like,
and then the Chiefs, I don't know who said it on the Chiefs, but it's like, we go over this every week. Chris Jones, we go over this every week, preparing for a situation like this if it does happen. By the way, in overtime, it wouldn't really matter anyway because they kicked the field goal. So either way, I mean, the Chiefs going to get the ball back. And the Chiefs got the ball back and scored a touchdown. The smartest, the highest IQ play I've seen in that entire game was the very last play in overtime when they scored a touchdown, thinking, because I'm sure you thought that we were going to go to, second quarter of OT. But they did exactly what they did to us last year. They brought him in. I don't know who caught the ball. I think it was Scanling.
It was Hardman.
Hardman. They brought Hardman in, thinking that he's gonna be a blocker. They run him back out. He's wide open. I mean, they did it twice with Darius Toney last year. I mean,
Once Tony, once Sky Moore.
Sky Moore. Sorry, that was picture perfect. It was just like
you catch him slipping like that.
It's just, you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, you said it, man. Like, you got to be aggressive. They had his number almost the entire game. I mean, not almost the entire game, from all the way up to the end of the third. And other than that, I mean, they just haven't touched the surface with him. And I'm fucking done with Kyle Shanahan. I don't like Kyle Shanahan. I never did. But I'm just done with him. He's the captain of excuses. Well, I mean, we didn't have a quarterback against the Eagles. Well, we didn't really know the overtime rules.
Listen, I mean, look, they might have made that a lot closer if they had a QB, but we were just hell bent. But
we were a powerhouse last year, but we didn't know the overtime. But there's just a bunch of excuses. Like, dude, just take your fucking loss on the chin, man. I mean, you as a coach, you've blown 3 leads.
Yeah.
10 plus. I mean, you don't have an excuse. I'm just like, where's your legacy? Like, this is your legacy, buddy. Like, this is exactly what. Oh, what's up, Rob?
Our favorite Chiefs fan. Congratulations, sir,
congrats,
on back-to-back titles. Thank you for the hilariousness of watching the 49ers just crash and burn. Rob, I know you're just joining us now, but I said before, the second they kicked that field goal, I'm like, yep, Patrick's winning this. It's the Brady effect. It's over. Just get. I was like starting to pack my shit up. I was like subtly doing it so nobody noticed, but I was like, it was like that feeling I got when the Falcons turned the ball over this first time. I was like, I've seen this song and dance before. I knew exactly what was happening. But congrats on your Chiefs, Rob. That's our boy Rob Taylor, giant Kansas City Chiefs fan. Part of our Craft Brew Sports family members there.
I got one of my barbers that used to cut my hair. He's from Kansas City, and he's KC'd out. He's just sending me videos of him just smoking a cigar, drinking some bourbon, dude. He's got his KC hat and jersey on. I'm like, that's the life, dude. I'm just like, I wish we were blessed with a generational player like Mahomes. I mean, I love Jalen Hurts.
We got something close. I mean, listen, he has the potential to be something close.
I hope. You know,
he will never catch Mahomes. Mahomes is our generation's Brady.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Our generation's Peyton or Big Ben is still there.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, hopefully he can fill in those shoes. We'll see what happens next year, but tonight.
Been there, dude. 2017. I blew through like $600.
Tonight yesterday night was just good. I wasn't really mad when the Chiefs won. It was like I didn't really. It still hasn't hit me that the Chiefs won. I just feel like
I kind of was like, the second they beat Baltimore, I'm like, this really could happen. Like, the team that I actually had faith in was the Baltimore Ravens or the Detroit Lions. But the second neither of those teams, I'm like, no. I knew Buffalo was gonna fuck it up.
Buffalo, we all did, dude. I was like, I cannot stand Buffalo. It's just like they're another team. They're a bunch of excuses, but right. I mean, Mahomes.
All right. He's on that track. All right, let's calm down a little bit, okay? Let's breathe a little bit. It's still Brady. Mahomes ain't LeBron. Mahomes is more Kobe. Because Mahomes doesn't need like a all-time like multiple all-time players to beat somebody. Yes, Travis Kelce is arguably the greatest tight end of all time, but in football, you need like 6 amazing players to win a title. Chris Jones, and then you have a bunch of amazing but not incredible players. So that's why it's even better they have one of the best coaches of all time, Andy Reid. I think he's number 2 still. I mean, no, he's up to number 2. I put him ahead of Bill Walsh now, Landry, Don Shula. The only one who's chasing is, old Billy Boy. But that being said, one thing I did notice yesterday, and it was very interesting, is they were talking the entire time about the discipline, right, of the Niners, the discipline, but when it came down to crunch time, man, Kermit the Frog was running free, and I just keep seeing that Family Guy meme going, running away. And it's like
Mhm.
you couldn't tackle him. And yes, okay, Rob, you do have an amazing cornerback too. I will get Sneed. I said this to my buddy the other day. I'm like, if you tell me Ladarius Sneed 6 years ago when he got drafted was gonna be a top 10 cornerback. McDuffie, I watched enough tape of McDuffie during the draft special and stuff. I knew this kid was gonna be a good corner. I didn't think he was gonna be this good, but I thought he was gonna be good. So, excellent defensive back play is going to win you a lot of games. It got us to a Super Bowl last year. My favorite part about this all was it always seemed on that last drive where something else kicked in for Patrick. And also, the Niners, to me, you saw the Chiefs' defense was so disciplined when it actually mattered. When they made Brock Purdy work for everything. There were a couple throws he got off and it was great. But like Rob said, all those amazing like defensive backs, he's talking about Snead and McGoat. All right, let's relax. McDuffie's good though. One of my favorite things is that it always seemed like Debo was somebody who's up his fucking hip pocket. It always seemed like Kittle was just double covered. McCaffrey was running through traffic. The only guy who was getting open was Jennings.
Mhm.
And then occasionally use check or a swing pass to McCaffrey. But their two best weapons, Ayuk and Samuel, just didn't matter. And Kittle couldn't get open either. And it was really interesting because just the game plan was flawless from Spags. And so, like during their losing streak, when some of those players weren't available, you saw Purdy. He wasn't as bad as he was during that winning streak, but like this was an average performance.
Yeah,
I'm not going to blame him. It wasn't his fault. He played good enough to win the game. So I will not blame him for the loss because Kyle Shanahan should have known. I would have rather Kyle Shanahan go for it on fourth down and get it and turn or not even get it and really turn the ball over because he knows Mahomes ain't losing if you give him the ball back with only a 3-point lead. If he can only tie, you have a shot. Because having to score a touchdown is a lot harder on the drive than, we got the field goal as a backup. So Shanahan's play calling is the first thing to blame. His overtime management, second thing to blame. Third thing I'm going to blame is the turf because Dre Greenlaw being out really hurt them. Just kidding. There was just a lot of miscommunications in that secondary. Brock Purdy comes in at fourth, man. He does. And then maybe I throw in some of the offensive linemen. Purdy wasn't great, but you know who's sixth on this list is McCaffrey for fumbling. Like this list is very shallow. The Niners played a good game. What am I going to blame the dude's cleat for hitting the football? Like shit. Like there's not a lot of blame to be thrown around. That's not Kyle Shanahan's. So I'll finish with this, and then I'll let you kind of come in here before we start goofing and laughing and making jokes and start making really outlandish predictions for next year. Because I feel like we're too serious right now, even though it is a Monday show. That's your ceiling, Niners fans. That is. I mean, you play a less lucky team. Like you play the Ravens, you might beat them. You play the Bills, you're probably beating them. Not much else. True. Bad special teams. Listen, the Chiefs weren't the better team. They were not by any stretch. But they were the team that executed. They were the team with the better quarterback. They were the team with the better tight end. They were the team with the better secondary. They were the team. If you look on the check boxes, right? So we'll go down this list, Chris. You and me will do this together really fast. Quarterback, Chiefs. Running back, Niners. Wide receivers, Niners. Tight end, Chiefs. Close though. Offensive line, Niners. But let's start talking about it. Defensive line, as close to a tie as possible because Karlaftis and Jones were almost more effective than Kinlaw and Chase Young. Yes, you have Nick Bosa, but he's in his own other little stratosphere. It's very close. Linebackers, closer than you think. But Fred Warner, when it was Fred Warner and Kinlaw, it was like not. I mean, Fred Warner and Greenlaw wasn't even close. But once it went to Fred Warner and insert back up here, it became basically a draw. Secondary, the widest margin possible because Tre'Davious Ward looked useless last night. He did. And as Rob can tell you, yes, the O-line of the Chiefs will be better, obviously. But as Rob will tell you, Ward was an average corner when he was in KC. I'll make it up. I think he played KC, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the previous team.
Yeah. So that being said, that's a lot closer. If I was going to rank a percentage points, besides running back, which is closer than people want to give credit for, the only places the Niners blew them out was receiver. And I'd say they should, I guess, linebacker at first. But positionally, it wasn't that far of a separation. In special teams, they killed them. Because I'd take Butker over Moody any day. And I'd take, I can't remember their punter's name right now, over the Niners punter. And coaching and everything else. Townsend, yeah, Tommy Townsend. I'd take him over whoever the Niners have punting right now. So
that's what they said on the broadcast yesterday. They were talking about how the special teams at KC just really outweighed San Francisco. Yeah. Pretty heavy.
And here's the thing. San Francisco, here's why Tre'Davious Ward was good. Any cornerback can be good when the opposing team only has 3 seconds to get rid of the damn ball. Ask James Bradbury. So, that being said, I think Ward is a good player. Do I think he's an elite corner? No. I think he's a good corner. If they still had their safety, whose name is I cannot pronounce, oh my God, they might have actually won. But here's the problem: at the end of the day, the Chiefs were had the more talent, like had the better superstar players to make the superstar plays. They were much better coached, and that was the difference. They caught a couple lucky breaks, but so did the fucking Niners. So let's not act like the Chiefs were it was like, honestly, the sports books, they were talking about this morning on 3 different shows. The last one was McAfee's, who like generally is kind of leaning towards the NFL, and they make fun of the NFL's rig committee a lot. But they made a point. The sports books kind of needed San Fran to win because there was so much money put on Kansas City. I mean, like, that just tells me everything here. So even though Connecticut was very heavy on the Chiefs, which was interesting to me, but I don't know. I kind of like how this is rolling. But final thoughts of the Super Bowl before we start going into what's next season. Start talking about the corner booth, season 11, the off-season shows, everything else.
No, I mean, I just want to give, I guess, congrats to Andy Reid once again for winning another Super Bowl. I always root for Andy. His tenure in Philadelphia was very long, so I always got a love for Andy. Always got a lot of love for him. We did not talk about Travis Kelce bull rushed him.
Oh, I know. And AJ Brown's tweet was on point.
Yeah, he's like, "Well, that was me."
Yo, if I do this shit, I'm getting thrown out of the league.
Yeah, you see what Tyreek Hill said?
I didn't see Tyreek.
He retweeted it. He's like, yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it, but yeah, he's got a point. It's because the Philly media is, I guess, more. I don't want to say more impactful, but more, paid attention to than.
Well, this was national media. I mean, it's only been one day, but here's the kicker, right? Like, as much as I love I think I love Trav's energy. He can be annoying as fuck at times and drive me crazy, but I love his energy. I also it was kind of nice to see him and Taylor. I was like, oh, that's kind of sweet, man.
That's what I was saying, dude.
That warmed my ice cold heart up a little bit. That also being said, I mean, he ain't wrong. Fuck Philly media till the day I die. Y'all got to earn my respect back. Y'all a bunch of menaces this year, and not in a good way. Y'all were just awful. So, F Philly media, disrespectfully, you're almost as bad as New York and Boston now, you assholes. You're trying to ruin a great football team. Somebody asked me, like, hey, you going to talk about Hassan Reddick today? I'm like, we knew we were going to lose him. We're getting money for it. We're going to get compensation for him now.
Yeah, we're
He's going to
paying.
command a $29 million contract. We're not going to fucking pay that.
Yeah, we gotta pay. We gotta pay Schmitty and
Dickerson.
Landon Dickerson. Yeah.
Yeah. And oh, by the way, there's pass rushers we can get. Vic Fangio made Randy Gregory a Pro Bowler at one point, so let's
Yeah, I'm on
remember
board.
that. Also, we got to go draft like safety, corner, line. Like our defense is going to need an overhaul. Hey, we load up on enough draft picks. We get good in free agency. The offense is basically good to go.
This
I
is
think we should. The only thing we have to worry about is Swift, but I mean, we'll see what he gets in free agency. But yeah, no, the Riddick thing does not bother me. I did not care. I was like, you know what? Listen, I love Hassan Reddick. I got to watch him play in college. He was phenomenal then. He's phenomenal now. Who knows? This might be a Slay thing where he's a free agent for 20 seconds and he signs back with Philadelphia.
Yeah, that was
He's a
crazy.
he's a Philly boy through and through. That being said, I mean, listen, if somebody offers him a ridiculous contract, the biggest key for the Eagles is to get Slater restructured, to get Cox to restructure, and to cut Bradbury, and then bring Jason Kelsey back on a deal. Hey, let's go win a Super Bowl so you can have at least two. Like today, McAfee was like saying, "Hey, I don't know, maybe Kelsey goes to the Chiefs, takes a friendly." No, like listen. First of all, I think Kylie would divorce him at that point because she's a diehard Eagles fan. Two, Jason loves the city of Philadelphia too much. Jason loves Philadelphia more than I do. And I love that city. I love Philadelphia. I love everything about it except for the goddamn media and their bullshit politics. But I love everything. Every time I go to Philadelphia, I just feel better. I love that city. I'm actually hopefully going to go down there summer for a week and maybe go see Chrissy Boy.
I'll be here.
Oh yeah, maybe we'll take a corner booth family vacation. Me and I kidnap Maddie. We go down for the weekend to go get drunk with
I'm in.
Chris. All
I'm
right.
in.
That being said, right? Jason Kelsey would never leave Philadelphia. He's going to be an Eagle or he's going to retire. There's no in between. That also being said, Chris, any thoughts on the Riddick deal before we get moving on to some bigger, better things?
No, kind of bittersweet. It sucks we didn't win the bowl back in 2022, but I mean,
It is.
again, like you said, we can't pay him. Like there's other positions we need to fill in. I mean, his position, it can be easily, his shoes cannot be easily filled, but I have a lot of faith in Nolan Smith. I think he's going to be great. Um, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens in March. I think that's when free agency opens
Yeah,
and drafts in April. So we'll see how the ball's rolling after those 2 months. So
there you go.
that's all I got.
All right. Second of all, the celebratory hat transition for our dog Caesar. By the way, if you haven't checked out these hats yet, they are on our Instagram page. It's the tagged post. I don't know if it's on our Facebook. Our Facebook is kind of wonky. That being said, shout out to Mikey B and the boys. They go live tomorrow. My condolences to Scott. That being said, gotta throw some love to Caesar and the boys. So, Chris, we're gonna do three things before we go into the final send-offs for the year, right? First thing we're gonna do is we are going to do I am going to reveal to you, Christopher, my 5 teams from each conference that could win the Super Bowl next year.
Mhm.
I have 5 from each conference. Now, some of them, it's barely 5, but there are 5. I did a top 10. I'm not going to rank them in order. I'm just going to say 5 from each conference that go. 2, I'm going to tell you the teams that are going to fall off next year and the teams that are going to rise up. Remember, I shoot pretty good on this. I called the Seahawks last year, the Lions this year. I told you the Seahawks were going to fall off with Russ, but rise without him. I told you the Broncos are going to be terrible. So that being said, we're going to start now. So the number 1 team that I believe is going to be the contender in the AFC, yeah, no shocker. The team just won the damn thing. Chiefs. 2, the Baltimore Ravens. Listen, I don't care. I don't care they didn't run the football. This is still one of the most talented rosters in the league. Number 3, Cincinnati Bengals. Yes, the Bengals are going to be back with a damn vengeance. The AFC North is going to be loaded next year at the top. Steelers are still booty cheeks. And 4th, wait for it. Las Vegas Raiders. I think no, I'm just kidding. They're going to be a playoff team, but they're not going to win they're not going to even come close to win the Super Bowl. 4 is the Miami Dolphins. Now, I want to see what they do. Is their defense going to be good without Vic Fangio? But I think the Buffalo Bills window closed.
I can see that.
And last but not least, by the way, it's a tie between the Dolphins and Jets, by the way. It all depends on what the Jets do. It depends on that is going to be decided, Chris, who wins the offseason. Do they get blocking for Rodgers? Do they get better weapons? They get rid of Nate Hackett, whatever, or they get guys around them. And the last but not least, Houston Texans. I believe the Houston Texans could be the 2017 Eagles next year and just run away with no quarterback injury. Or the 2019 Chiefs. Okay? So there you go.
Stroud boys.
There you go. Stroud boys. All right. Now for the NFC. We're going to go in reverse order now. So, number 5 is the Dallas Cowboys. You can never count them out. I don't care what you say. As long as Jerry is running that shit show, they will always have a shot at winning a chip. Number 4, we have the NFC South. Just kidding.
Oh, was it a heart attack? Oh,
gotcha.
The South, NFC South.
God. All right. We're back to reality now. So, number 4, Detroit Lions. Gotta love the damn Lions, man. They are something. Actually, no, sorry, they're 3, but still, the Lions. Like the Lions are my number 3 team in this bubble. They are amazing. They are awesome. They can score points at will. This would be number 4 then. Number 4 is I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it, man, but I know I gotta. Yo, I haven't seen this dude in a long time. Shout out to my dogs at Unbearable Sports. By the way, best Bears podcast around. Hands down. I'm curious. By the way, no, they're on. Listen, they are an honorable mention. I think they are going to be that sneaky wild card team. If they do what I think they should do, it is not draft Caleb Williams. But I am curious, what is your position on Caleb Williams? We're going to hear in a second from Unbearable Sports, by the way. Awesome Bears podcast. Former belly up cronies like us. So number 3, and this is number 4, is the Los Angeles Rams.
I like the Rams. One
last hurrah for Donald Stafford. I'm telling you right now, Puka, Kupp, Kyron Williams, they go get another player in the draft. They keep loading up that defense. And Les Snead just making, like, gold out of shit, man. He fucking turns these 4th-round draft picks into fucking superstars. And we all know who number 1 and 2 are, okay? There's no doubt in my mind. There's no question. The only reason these guys are number 2 is because I want to see what they do in the offseason. That is me and Christopher's beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Now, Howie, I know what you want to do, and you should do it. Jeffrey, just write him a blank check. The Eagles started listening to reason once the clock hit 2023, and it was back to reality. 2024, I mean. 2023 was a dark year for Eagles fans. I think we lost more games, or we were a 500 team in 2023. No, we weren't. We only lost. Close, though. Either way, 2023 started with us having to watch Gardner Minshew blow an easy win against the Saints. So there's that. Anyway, number 1 is San Francisco 49ers. I do not think the San Francisco is I think it's more likely if Philadelphia is a good offseason, it's the Phillies number 1 and Detroit's 2. The Niners, to me, are in this weird precarious situation that Philly was in last year. Yeah, they have a great line, but they also have a lot of key free agents. They got to pay a lot of dudes, and they're going to want to lock up Purdy before contract year. They also have a very highly paid running back, highly paid receivers.
And tight end.
Yeah, exactly. and they got to pay some corners. They got to pay safety. So
D-line.
that being said, all right, the Niners are in a very precarious spot. If they handle correctly, they're the number one team in the NFC going into next year. So a combination of those 5 teams will be in the top. Will be in the Super Bowl.
Can I
Now,
ask? Can I can I fill in for one that I don't think will be in the Super Bowl, but I think will be up there. The Packers.
yeah, honestly, they almost made my top 5.
Yeah, they
The only reason I didn't put them in there is because I trust Stafford more.
yeah, it's true. I remember talking at the beginning of the year. We were just asking if they'd be a playoff team. I was all over the Rams. They were like, "Oh yeah, they suck. They're old. And Stafford's hurt." And I'm like, "Yeah, well." I think it was the only thing I hit on was this year that the Rams would be a playoff team.
Okay. I mean, my only thing is like, and also by the way, and my boy from Unbearable Sports just said straight up, like he thinks Caleb Williams. I think it's the dumbest move ever. I think the Bears will be a playoff team this year with Justin Fields. They
He's
just
already.
got.
I'd rather have Fields, man. Caleb
I
is such
don't.
a
Caleb,
gun.
he bugs me, man. There's something wrong. Like everything's telling me this is gonna go bad.
Yep. No, I agree.
It's. I just don't. Also, the quarterback guru himself, Merrill Hodge, Merrill Hodge, when he says something about a quarterback, I'm like, yes, sir. No questions. He's right. Bugs me a little. Scares me a little bit. And Brad from Unbearable is right. I think it's Brad. If it's not Brad, I'm a horrible friend because I talked to this guy like 16 times.
Picking Caleb would be unbearable. There you go.
I'm not gonna do I'm gonna do it for season finale's sake. Had to do it one more time. You had to do it for one more time, right? So yeah, no. So here's the thing. I'm telling you this right now. One of those 5 teams is gonna be in, but I think the Bears, if they keep Caleb Williams, and they don't draft Caleb Williams. So I think the best quarterback in this draft class is Drake May. But I get yelled at for it. So I'm like, I watched way too much Drake May for the past 3 years. I know exactly what that kid's capable of. All right. So here are my 2 teams in each conference that are going to fall off or fall up or no, rise up, whatever. Speaking of rise up, first team's the Atlanta Falcons. I like the culture change of, oh my God, they've got a coach who isn't allergic to offense. Because he doesn't coach it. Raheem Morris has to do one thing only: coach defense and lead men. Let the OC do it for him. They're going to be better. I have a real strong theory that I think Sean Alexander said it best. Watch Russell Wilson get cut or get traded to Atlanta if they can't get Curdy. The other team,
right.
yeah, I know, right? I didn't think it was a bad idea. The other team, the NFC, that I think is going to rise up like crazy is a team that missed the playoffs this past year. And I think they're just going to be a thorn in a lot of people's sides. I hate fucking say it. I think because I'm still pissed about what happened this year. I think we kind of might get a little Viking redemption, maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Fuck with you. I'm fucking with you. No, the team that I think is going to make an actual run and be a real thorn in a lot of people's sides is the Bears. It's
Bears. It's unbearable. Bears.
I can't do it. No. You know what? No. The only team that's going to really like rise from nothing is going to be the Falcons. I think the Bears are going to be a great surprise team. I think they're going to get down to the final week of the season to be in this thing. But yeah, so you know what? There it is. They're going to be a lot better. But Brad, I'm sorry, I forgot your name temporarily. I was like Brad. It's like the Bears are like I think are going to be that other team, but I still think they're going to be a 9-8 roster. They're not there yet. And Fields, they can. If Fields, he's got to prove it to me as a passer. If they get Caleb Williams, this is out the window. That's my correlation. They get Caleb Williams, they got a top 5 pick for the next 2 years. Because I think this kid's a head case. AFC, where this is going to be a lot easier. I already said one of them. The goddamn Las Vegas Raiders. This team has a swagger, and they hit people so fucking hard. They're physical, and they play the right way. They just need a quarterback who's not Aiden O'Connell, who looks like an insurance agent.
Jesus.
Okay? He looks like an insurance agent.
Yeah, he does. I didn't even
He
think
looks
about
like that kid who gets picked out of college who has a finance degree but did not do shit with it. And the other team out of the AFC that I think is really going to have like this just they're going to come back swinging is it's the Bengals, man. I talked about it already. This is kind of a layup because they have, but like you get Burrow back. Yeah, I think because this is the other reason is I'm going to lead into my next reason. The 4 teams are going to fall off in each conference. AFC will go number 1, Steelers. Arthur Smith was a bad idea. I don't care who walks through that door. Ain't fixing that locker room. Ain't fixing that team. They were luckily finding their way to a over 500 season of playoff berth. They were the worst above 500 team of all of them. And the next team that is going to fall off miserably, Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, it's my team. If I wasn't an Eagles fan, dude, I'd be
Listen,
I'm done with the Jag off straight.
I don't think they're going to be like about like 3 and 13, 3 and 14, but they're going to be like a 7-win team.
Dude, when I'm waiting for the day where whoever's commentating the game is just like the AFC runs through Jacksonville. That's going to be the greatest.
It's not going to happen. They had their 1 year. They had their 2 years to do it.
It's going to be the greatest day of my life when they say AFC runs through Jacksonville.
I thought when Jalen Hurts raises the Lombardi Trophy, he's going to be the greatest.
Well, no, okay. That's number 1, obviously. But, like, number 2, like, that would just be hilarious. Like, AFC runs through Jacksonville. It's just all of these people in, like, bathing suits, tank tops, jumping in the pools and shit.
They had a 2-year window.
Dude, Jags are not dead, dude. I don't care what anyone says.
C.J. Stroud, Will Levis,
Anthony
Richardson. Okay? Like, and you
Trevor Lawrence.
Overrated.
Could be true. That's pretty true.
All right. NFC teams that are falling off. This one's going to be easy.
Can I guess one?
Yeah, go.
Bucks. Mike Evans is gone.
Yes, but barely. I think it's like how I'm barely putting the Bears in the team that's rising up and it's going to be better. I think the Bucks are going to be a 7-win team again, but I think the Falcons win this division at 10-7.
Yeah, that's why I'm picking the Bucks. That's what I was saying.
I think the Bucks are still like a second place team because Carolina's 2 easy wins and the Saints are chasing their own tail. Literally.
So bad.
They look like me and Chris trying to do calculus.
Yeah. Oh God. That'd be content worthy. Put us in a room. Make us take the SAT.
The X with the squiggle mean?
Oh my God. I wouldn't even.
Oh my God. All right. Want to take a guess who the other one is? See if you get it.
Let me hold on 1 second. Let me think.
He's got to remember what teams are in that conference.
All right, I gotta think who's in. Okay, I gotta think who's in where. All right. I would say is it an NFC North team?
No.
NFC West, maybe. Is it the Seahawks again? The Sea Chickens again?
I think they are going to make a big mistake. They're going to let Geno go.
Oh, okay.
I think Geno Smith is going to lead a team to the playoffs. I don't know which team.
Vikings.
Could it be the Falcons? Could it
Could
be
be
the
the Falcons.
Vikings?
I'm waiting for the Falcons to just get a quarterback. I'm just like,
Listen, everyone's talking about they're talking about like Gino's only got like a year left on his deal, and everyone's talking about getting rid of Gino. If they get rid of Gino, they're falling off. I think Gino's the culture fit there. His story, he's a leader, man. Gino goes to Atlanta. Atlanta wins 11 games.
he punched his own teammate in the mouth at training camp. God damn it!
No, he
That
got
guy's a
punched in the
leader.
mouth by his own teammate.
Oh no, he got punched. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought he
So,
delivered it.
so there's a caveat to the Seattle. Seattle loses Gino, they become like a 5-win team.
Yeah, you're right because they got Drizzy Lock.
And they want to go get a quarterback. So, all right. That's it for my first round of bowl predictions. Obviously, this is the end of season 10, which the NFL just ended yesterday. You will hear a lot of this shit from when free agency opens in 15 days. No, 20 days.
March 13th. About a month.
Exactly a month. Holy shit, Chris. I turned 20. I turned 29 in 35 days.
Oh geez. I don't know what you're doing hanging around me, dude. I'm too young.
You're 25, man.
I know.
Almost. All right. So there's that. So like we'll let you guys go with that one. Obviously we'll be doing more college basketball talk as we're going in NBA, MLB preview, stuff like that, free agency and draft. So for those of you who are new to the Corner Booth experience, and as Chris is this is his first go around the offseason, we generally take a little hiatus between Super Bowl Monday and NFL free agency. Usually with our season one, our season kickoff party, like first Thursday in March, right? So for the first time since July of 2020, the Corner Booth pregame will be taking its first night off this Thursday. Since 2020, we haven't missed a Thursday. Or we might come back. We haven't decided yet. We're going to take a little company meeting after this.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
We are not going to do a show Tuesday or Monday of next week or Monday, Tuesday the week after. I feel like the boys have earned it. We're going to be working on some new things, new graphics, new segments, new intro video, everything. Season, I believe, what is the first Thursday in March? I believe.
Tear it out. March 7th.
March 7th is the first Thursday. There you go. March 7th is the Corner Booth season 11 kickoff, where you guys are going to realize we're going to go through some changes going into season 12. Season 11.
I might come in with just a mustache. I don't know.
I'm so fucking for that.
Yeah, we'll see. I might not even go by Chris 3 weeks time. I might just be Melvin. I might just call him Mr. Do. Chris stops. Ooh. Porzingis. Like that.
There you go.
We gotta find you a new team.
Yeah, we gotta find me. Yeah, we gotta find me a new one. But that being said, updates will be passing as I try to stop coughing. I'm fine, by the way. Sometimes we put down the wrong pipe earlier. That being said, Chris, any other thoughts on this NFL season as we put it to bed?
No. It was an interesting year. Not really interesting for the Eagles, but interesting, I guess, in general. Taylor Swift is a part of the NFL now. The viewership just skyrocketed.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of new young quarterbacks in the league. I'm looking forward to free agency in the draft. So it's bittersweet. It sucks. I hate when the NFL ends because there goes through a few weeks where it's hard to talk about sports because football's over, but college basketball is coming on. So
this is what the best part is, buddy? This is where we get creative.
Yeah.
These are some of the best segments of all time have been birthed because of our creativity during the offseason.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that. I can see us whipping up some good ones in the next couple weeks. Like I said, I might come in with like a mustache and like a tattoo or something, like a fireball
Like a
tattoo on my
fake
neck.
tattoo, like a fucking Mike Tyson shit right here.
Yeah, I might get like a fireball on my neck, like Cody Rhodes.
Nice. Thanks, Brad. Appreciate it, man. Listen, Brad has also been a guest on the podcast. He actually co-hosted me a couple times back in season 9. So gotta
Shout out
show some
Brad.
love to him. Yeah. Former temporary corner booth co-host there, Brad, from Unbearable Sports. By the way, check them out. I'm not a selfish bastard. Even if you're not belly up with us no more, you are still a friend of the show, Mr. Brad. So check out Unbearable Sports on everywhere you get your podcast and YouTube. All right, Chris, I think it's time to send these lovely folks home for the summer.
Jeez.
Well, no, I'm just kidding, kids. We'll see you in March.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might do a couple live shows. We don't know yet. We'll let you. You'll know Thursday morning. That being said, folks, hope you have a great night. Congratulations to the Chiefs and their fans. It's college basketball, hockey, basketball, and baseball season.
The Masters too.
Masters too. So yeah, so we're gonna have some fun, getting some variety in. This is my 5th off season now, so it's gonna be fun. Actually, no, this is my 5th off season. So cool. I'm
Are you a
excited.
free agent? How long are you under contract for?
I've renewed my contract twice already, so I'm here for a while.
Yeah, I need. I'm still in a rookie deal.
No, you didn't. We just gave you an extension.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. I got 13 years, 335 million. So yeah, I'm pretty set.
In Monopoly dollars.
In Monopoly, yeah. Every time it's so funny. Every time I log on to StreamYard, I hop on here, I get $200.
Yeah, and they all got like winky faces of Mike Wink
Yeah.
of Chris winking back at himself.
I actually just did purchase Pennsylvania Ave.
That's what Chris is not going to call his studio now.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Ave.
Yep. Chris, we're going to get you a big sign for behind the door right there. It says Pennsylvania Ave.
Oh my god, it'd be fucking sick. I can't
All
wait
right.
for June.
Ladies and gentlemen, have an amazing night. We will see you guys. I don't know, Thursday, either this Thursday or next Thursday. We won't tell you until it's too late. No, I'm just kidding. We'll let you know. But that being said, I'm Jared Clem for Matt. We never read off Matt's take.
Oh shit!
We're horrible co-hosts. We got rolling.
Oh my god, Matt! I hope you're not listening.
All right, we're gonna read off Matt's quick. When Shanahan seemed like he could coach in the big game that matters, he falls short again. Bingo, bango, boingo. Yeah, and he's tired of hearing about Mecole Hardman leaving the goddamn Jets, and the Jets fucking up. I'm gonna read this one verbatim. Travis Kelce has been a prima donna dick this entire year. How do you put hands on Andy Reid?
It's true. That is true. He bull rushed him. He shoved him. And then he tried to cover up saying how much he loved him. That's a lie.
I know, right? Brock Purdy had a very on par game, 255, 1 tutty. Trick play, we call that. Wasn't CMC's pass one. Yeah, I know. He just basically goes on a rant and he goes, in conclusion, I was inebriated. I was enjoying the game. As I tried to read that, and the grammar and the sentence punctuation just fell off. That being said, he wrote these down last night. Yeah, Matt was pretty much on point with us, as I just cliff notes the fuck out of that.
Yeah, I can't.
It's all right, Matty, buddy. We love you. Matt will be back, obviously, for next episode.
Sir.
This has been episode 279 of the Corner Booth. Season 11 in the books. We will be back soon.
Ooh.
All right. Later.
Idiots win football game, guys.